Am I the asshole for describing my wife as fat to our young children?
Yes, 100%. Yes, you don't have to read anything else. Woo!
You wouldn't have to read. We could just go. Like,
My wife, 41, and myself, 44 male, both work in education and believe in properly explaining things to our children, 4 female, 5 male. We have agreed to never use, quote, because I said so, reasoning with them. My wife is unfortunately around 3 stones overweight. Her weight has crept up gradually since having the kids, and I don't think she has even been aware of this gain until I gently raised the subject with her last year.
Oh, she was aware. You didn't have to
30
gently
pounds.
raise this.
3 stones, 30 pounds. A stone is 10.
Okay, thank you for that.
Okay, but she was aware. Okay.
I think a lot of people are very sensitive to their own bodies, yeah. She agreed she needs to remedy this. Since then, we have worked together to shift the excess weight, and I'm proud to say she's lost around 10 pounds. But she still has a lot of work to do to reach her target weight. She is best at sticking to her diet if there is no temptation around. So for Easter, I got her flowers instead of an egg. She seemed happy with this. Then, yesterday, my children were arguing over a missing Easter egg, each accusing the other of eating it. I knew instantly what had happened. I asked my wife to tell the children where the egg, which was quite big, had recently gone, and she admitted she had eaten it. My son, whose egg it was very upset and confused and asked his mom why she had eaten it. My wife replied that she would replace it, which would be impossible as it's now after Easter. I pointed out
It's on clearance.
Kids care.
Now it's on clearance. It'll be even cheaper.
I pointed out that she has not answered the question our son had asked. He was very upset and kept asking why she had stolen his egg. I felt it was unfair she hadn't properly answered this, as he was getting more distressed. My wife completely threw me under the bus here and said, quote, because I wanted a chocolate, but daddy didn't get me an egg. They already know the importance of healthy eating, so I explained that mommy was not wanting to eat too much sugar. Several, but why questions down the line, and I finally said, quote, because mommy is fat and she needs to work on this by not eating sweeties.
Oh my God.
I used the word fat because my sister is fat and always says it is not a shameful thing and she prefers to be described this way. She says to not use the word implies there's something wrong with being fat. I probably was an asshole to presume my wife would feel the same way about this term, and I wonder if I should have said overweight instead. My wife hasn't spoken to me since this and has seemed very upset. I feel terrible for upsetting her, but I think she was wrong to have taken our little boy's Easter egg without asking, and wrong to have blamed me for her actions. I regret upsetting her and possibly using the wrong terminology, but I had run out of ways to explain to the children why I hadn't bought my wife an egg. I wouldn't have had to explain why I hadn't bought an egg if she hadn't have told them this fact, or indeed if she hadn't eaten the egg to begin with. But I do feel I might be an asshole for upsetting my wife.
Oh, you are, bro.
An asshole. Oh,
How about, you know what? I forgot. I completely forgot. It's my fault.
I thought your mom would really love flowers more. You know, she really likes flowers, and so I thought that she would really like flowers more than a chocolate egg.
Yeah.
Or I forgot. What?
Because he didn't want to be, he didn't want to take any responsibility.
No,
he wanted to be on her. She was responsible for eating the egg. Your mom's fat. She shouldn't have eaten your fucking egg. That's what he wanted to get across. He wanted no blame or accountability in this.
Agreed.
What an asshole. She birthed your children.
Also, I feel like
It's
30
also,
pounds, if
like-
a stone is 10 pounds, 30 pounds, like, I feel like I can fluctuate between 20 pounds, like, really quickly. Like, 30 pounds doesn't seem like that much after having 2 kids.
Nope. I don't think
don't
so.
know why I don't know why you would want to set that tone or example for your children, saying
Oh, yeah.
that, oh, mom's fat. Like, overall, regardless of what your sister thinks, like, that's just ridiculous. Like, you could just say, yep, you know what? I forgot mom ate the egg because she didn't get one, but you know what? We'll get you another egg. And who cares if it was after Easter that you went and got your son another egg? Like,
You can still find the candy.
kids,
That's a cop
kids
out.
don't care if it's Easter. They love candy. Monday through Sunday, people.
Just ask our son.
He's the candy man.
I will just say, I think there is, like, the sister isn't wrong. There are a lot of people that are pushing for the word fat to kind of like reclaim it. It's no
Right.
different than like gay. Like gay used to be a slur, like in a sense where it's like, oh, you're so gay. And it was like, in it, like even look at Taylor Swift using it in a song. Like
Yeah.
I'm a big Swiftie, but like gay has shifted now. And so I think fat and like people who are fat are trying to like take back their power where it's like, you're not going to call me fat. I'm okay with being fat. But that's
Right.
not something his wife has been okay with. So to use it in this negative context, it's like
it's the context that it was used. Look at Lizzo. She is amazing.
Queen.
Like, she is the queen. And she is somebody who I think is such a positive example of someone who just like brings her light, in my opinion. But
I
it's
would
all
agree.
of the
She's-
context
Yeah.
that this man is bringing to having gained 30 pounds after birthing children. And you know what? If that is her goal because she wants to be healthy, maybe she doesn't feel as good as she used to. Maybe she feels like, you know, the extra weight is getting in the way of her being active and feeling good. Then great. I love a good supportive husband who is like, yeah, girl, you get it. Like, if this is your goal, I want to be supportive of you. But then to turn around and
he was the one that brought it up. She didn't even say, babe, I want to try eating healthier. He's the one that said, hey, you've gained some weight.
asshole.
He body shamed her
Yeah.
and then did it again in front of his kids.
Yeah. I
Which-
think that is huge because then they're going to take that and they're going to apply that to themselves.
Yep.
And they're going to say that when I gain weight, that is wrong and I am less than, when that is the furthest thing from the truth. You are more than and you are enough just the way that you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I agree.
I may have some feelings about this.
Well, it's
No,
tough.
it's just not something that we even say about ourselves. Like,
No, on purpose.
I don't know. I've put on a few lbs. I could lose some pounds. Like, I'm not sitting around saying,
I fell off the wagon.
"Oh,
I
yeah,
feel
I'm
it.
fat,"
Yeah.
or like, I try not to say
No.
that in front of my kids. Right? Like,
Instilling healthy
yeah,
body images.
You want to
yeah.
instill healthy body images. Yes, you want to instill healthy eating habits and be healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? There's candy out in the world. People like candy, and if she wanted to eat an Easter egg,
She should be able to eat
she
that
should be
goddamn
able to eat
Easter
whatever
egg.
she wants.
Yeah.
Like,
How many times have you guys stolen your kids' Halloween candy?
Oh, we throw it away all the time.
yeah, we throw it away.
What?
We throw it away.
Why?
Because they
It's
get
just-
so much.
It's too much candy.
Yeah.
Like, when you have a 5-gallon bucket full of candy, like, it would last.
It's
Years.
too much.
I had
They would
I had
either eat
Halloween
candy
candy for
all
a
day
year
for a
once.
week. Yeah, it's just too much. You just throw it away.
They don't
Well,
miss it. They don't
and they
miss
don't
it.
miss it.
No.
But here's the thing, like how you see yourself, like that teaches your children. So I make a conscious effort, even if I'm feeling on the inside, I don't like the way I look in this stress. If my daughter's around, if my son is around, I'm like, mommy is beautiful. I will never talk myself down in front of my kids because I don't want them to feel, again, less than, because I felt that as a kid. My
yeah.
mom was always on a diet. She was never good enough in her own skin. And I don't want my kids to have that. I want them to like just feel beautiful no matter what the weight that they're carrying. Things happen in life. You slim down, you get heavier, you go through puberty. It's normal. It's normal for women in their 20s to gain a little bit of extra weight. That's normal.
I know. I just like something I'm hearing about recently that's kind of being talked about is like women having a second puberty.
Yeah.
And like we like go through another like weight gain in our 20s and all of this. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. It's the math is math and it all makes sense.
And also weight is a really complex issue. There's family history. There's your genes you're born with. There's environment that you were raised in. There's your emotional health. There's your cortisol levels. There's your thyroid. There's so many things that contribute to the weight that you carry.
learning a lot.
It's
Yeah.
not just a person's willpower. And I feel like that's the stigma that society has placed on carrying extra weight than you carried in your teens or
it's
your
their
20s.
fault. They're overweight. It's like
Which is so
that's
not true.
not the case.
Right. And so I really take this to heart, I think, because I think I struggled with body image growing up. And like, that is the worst fear as a parent, for my kids to struggle with that as well. Like that, like if I can in any way shield them and protect them from the filters, from the like societal beauty standards. We just had magazines when I was growing up.
Oh
like
my God.
now they have like
Instagram, TikTok,
all the social media,
everything.
like I don't know how you combat that, but like I guess my strategy will be that like I am going to be body positive about myself from day one, and like you don't need to say whether a body is thick or thin or small or big. Like
just a
it
body.
does not define a person's worth. And so like, why do you have to even bring it up? And in fact, my kids have brought up in public even, oh, that person's really big. And you know what I say? Yes. You know what? People are different. We come in all different shapes and sizes, and that's what makes us beautiful.
You guys are doing such a good job. You really are. Parenting is fucking hard. I mean, look at all these stories and what people are going through.
This one was it for me.
Amy's fired up.
Yeah.
I was fired
So
up.
there are some edits.
Okay, let's hear them.
My wife said she didn't want anything for Easter. I felt uncomfortable with this, and so I got her the flowers. I don't care about her appearance. She has a family history of heart disease, including her older brother who died of a cardiac arrest in his 40s. I worry every day about her health. She watched our 5-year-old accuse his little sister, who was crying, of stealing the egg without admitting she had taken it. Only when I asked her outright, did she own up? I feel that's really unfair to both kids, which is why I asked.
I'm just going to throw this out there, but maybe be a little selfless and recognize that maybe because you've had these conversations about your wife's weight, that she was ashamed to a point to admit it in front of you or in front of your kids. Maybe you should be selfless and just take the blame. Again, I would have just said I forgot. I don't understand why he feels the need to bring it up and make her admit it. Like,
Why does she have to own up? Why are you making her... Yeah.
I'm not buying his like excuses. Now he's backpedaling. Oh,
Yeah.
It's about her health. Isn't that what they all say? It's about her health.
30 pounds, like, granted, we don't even know her, like, size in general, but it's like
even if
30 pounds from her baseline is not, like, again, it's like people fluctuate. That's not...
people are human, right? Like, even if she is 30 pounds overweight and she said, yeah, she wants to like work on
It's
her
not
weight.
something
Like,
you bring up with your kids.
you don't bring it up with the kids. And what's one, I don't know, like what kind of Easter egg we're talking
Probably a
about
fucking,
here?
they sound
Like-
British. He said mummy and sweeties.
Right.
They're probably British. It's probably an amazing little Cadbury egg, and they're good.
Like what?
I get
though?
why she
How
wanted
big?
one. But also, I don't know, but...
500 calories?
Cadbury's
1,000
aren't that...
calories?
The Cadburys aren't that big.
No.
But like they do also, like I'm thinking about the big chocolate bunnies we have here. Maybe it's a big egg. But I think here's the thing, like kids are also easily like changed. Like Emmett today was having a meltdown. I go, Emmett, do you want the present Gigi brought you? Instantly stops crying. Yeah, they're upset. Yeah, they're crying. But can't you kind of
Exactly.
like divert them and be like, Mommy just wanted a taste. I'm so sorry. I'll get
Let's
you a
move
new
on.
egg.
You know how you handle the situation. They follow your lead.
Right. And
You
that's
didn't
how
need
they're
to-
going to deal with
He didn't have
stuff
to
in
do
there.
it. He's
No.
backpedaling. He's in the wrong.
Well, it's like, but why? But why? We promised our kids we would always tell them the truth when they asked us.
You can do, I mean, I find that I have that value also, but like the truth also can be, I thought your mom would want flowers more. That is also the truth.
Yeah. He didn't have to throw her under the bus and like almost
No.
embarrass her. I think
Yeah.
that's what
He was,
maybe
trying to, he was trying to be right and
Yeah.
kind of rub it in her face. He's the asshole.
Yeah. And
Jerk.
everyone agreed. You're the asshole. A massive, massive asshole.
Does OP ever respond? Do OPs ever respond once they're called out?
I've read a couple. Like the swimming dad was like, there's probably 40 or 50 comments from him. Or
Do they change their
shower.
tune and change their mind? They're like, oh, geez, thanks, internet.
Sometimes.
Or do they double down?
But not usually. There is another comment though
People
that
just need to learn.
But there is a comment here that's interesting. They go, why is everyone excusing the wife's behavior? She literally stole from her own child. Let her other child take the blame for it until OP came in there until OP came in there and then tried to throw him under the bus. She's a grown adult and pathetic. And
Scroll up.
that got 11,000 upvotes.
There's some terrible people in this
Rainbow
world.
underscore
Maker.
MAK3R.
You are not making rainbows.
Bro,
11,000 people
you're
agreed.
douche. Seriously.
Someone else goes out under their comment. I'm with you. Letting her kids blame each other and fight over something she did was an absolute asshole move. Which I get like, yeah, okay, your kid's going at it. But still the bigger issue here is the way the dad acted in all of this and calling your wife fat and just, you don't have
in
to
front
be
of
right.
your kids. And are you giving your kids license to call other people fat? Like, yes, like way to go for his sister for embracing that terminology. But in this point in our culture, it's not widely accepted in society. I would be very offended if an 11-year-old called me fat. I would be very offended if
I would cry.
50-year-old, I would
cry. I would go home and cry.
It's not the social standard, like way to go for his sister for trying to push those social norms, but it's not socially accepted
Yeah,
yet.
I'm not there yet.
And I don't
For
think-
myself.
I don't think Rainbow Maker or the other person here that's agreeing like has really any parenting experience, period. Have you ever been in a household? Maybe it's 850 square feet. You got 2 adults, 2 kids, 2 dogs. Things are crazy. Kids are fighting. You're not listening. You don't know what's going on. You have one adult taking care of a situation. Shit's going awry. And then it all comes down and you're like, hey,
Just both the kids are screaming.
what happened to the egg? Hey, wife, like, admit it. Like, who knows what the situation was leading up to that? Regardless, as an adult, you learn to handle situations and de-escalate, especially with 5 and 7-year-olds or 5 and 6-year-olds in this case. Like
5 and 4.
5 and 4.
Yeah.
Like, de-escalate the situation, figure it out. You don't need to bring the other person down. She's clearly feeling ashamed or she doesn't want to admit it if she's involved in the conversation of what's happening. So, all you people that are agreeing with asshole man, you can go pound sand and
Oh, God. The YouTube
This was like
comments.
your redemption tour.
Matthew,
Like,
you're supposed to not cause fights.
I'm just saying, like, it's ridiculous. People need to have compassion and empathy for
Have-
other people.
yes.
And like, especially when it's your spouse, like
Yeah.
own up and I don't know. You just don't treat people like that.
No, you shouldn't
See
fat
people-
shame your partner.
Positive intent.
This feels like and this is what's annoying, I think, too. 1,000%. Don't like shame your partner. Don't belittle your partner. You're supposed to be on
Right.
the same team. And this almost feels like he's fat shaming her in the moment.
Yes.
Like this feels like a subtle dig to fat shame her and to almost like
Alter her
embarrass
behavior.
Well, embarrass her enough to keep on her diet and her healthy eating. Like this feels
or to
like
induce an eating disorder,
it just feels wrong.
you know.
Feels wrong.
Feels wrong.
Feels wrong.